hard or loud?
Like this.
I think you're talking hard, not loud.
It's definitely more hard.
Do you hear me now?
Sure thing, guy from Verizon.
Good.
You're like, just like, I'm going to talk like this.
Oh, shit,
Yeah, we're trying to talk loud now. So here we go.
Fucking Steve Carell from Anchorman and shit. Loud voices.
No, I'm trying to do more of a DMX. You know what I'm talking about.
Your voice is so little.
What?
Got a little baby voice.
I don't know what my voice is. I don't think it's that.
Show me your baby voice.
Just make a button for that.
Well, there's no sound for that. There was a sound. Well, it's funnier when I have the sound of him going, show me your baby hands, than making one. It's different.
Okay, yeah. You should do that then.
Different.
Work on
that
that.
then. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Still in the shit we missed.
Still in shit. I mean, that's what the entire month is. So
Yeah, it's true.
kind of going to be in some of this shit
I just wanted to say
that we missed.
That's appropriate. We're still in some deep shit that we missed.
And the one we're doing is from our Mad Mom situation. Does anybody remember?
This
was for
That
Mad
is
Moms.
what it was.
Was it?
Yes, yes, it
Yeah,
was.
It was.
Who was it? Anyone's pick, or was this a free one too? Because who picked Monster-in-Law?
I did.
I picked Coraline.
Mm-hmm.
You remember what you picked?
I picked Glass House.
You did.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so this was a free one
This
that we
was
kind
a-
of just agreed would be a pretty
Yeah,
good one to do.
yeah.
And yeah, I don't know what happened. We didn't get to do it.
Something happened.
I don't care.
You
I
know,
watched it. I took
stuff.
notes, and then you were like, "Hey, we're not gonna even do it today."
You didn't remember. You're just assuming.
That's what I'm doing in my head.
Yeah.
This is what happened. I was ready, and you guys were like, "Can't do it.
it's
Somebody
always us.
somebody in this house got sick."
Oh,
That's
you
right.
know what? I think that was
could
what it
be.
was.
That very well could
You're
be.
like, "Oh my god, there's a COVID scare."
Yeah, no, we did get it. That is when we get the second time that I got it.
Jesus,
Yeah.
you got it.
Yeah,
Terrible.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm
Stay
immune.
safe out there.
You keep saying
I'm 100% immune.
This far, he has been.
I feel like if
immune.
I haven't gotten it at this point, I worked through the
I
whole
haven't
thing.
gotten it, but I don't feel immune.
I worked at warehouses this
I now
entire
don't feel
time.
you.
I feel like if I haven't gotten it, I'll never get it. It's too
there-
late.
There's your superpower.
There goes people at my job getting sick. Like,
I'll
you
trade
get it
it.
yet? I'm like, why are people asking me that again? Stop.
That's how it was though when it first became a thing. Like that first few months, people were like, "Oh, did you get it? You know anyone who got it?" I'm like, "Yeah, all you guys." What are you talking about?
Yeah. Nah.
I actually tried to be safe, and I still got it twice.
Yeah, well, just do what I do,
like 2
and
months.
don't be safe at all. Just go around licking things,
That's disgusting.
build up that immunity.
That sounds
Oh
absolutely
man!
disgusting.
So yeah, this movie. What was the year? I want to say 98.
That old? Shut up.
98, yeah.
What?
Well, because I remember this is like this was a drop off at theater situation. I think me, Malcolm,
Yeah.
and Glenn went to go see this. We definitely saw this, and then came out wanting to powerbomb everybody, and that became an issue.
And then they were saying all the things because, of course, I hadn't seen it,
She
so I
hadn't
didn't
seen
get
it.
it.
Oh,
so
no,
they
yeah, it was
were,
hilarious.
singing "Water Sucks."
Yeah,
and all
there was
that
a lot of
stuff.
good stuff. This is in the pantheon of Adam Sandler movies. Would you say this is a top tier, middle of the pack, or low tier?
No, this
Middle
is
of the pack.
Really, I say top tier. I think
the
this is up there for me.
It's
I'm
it's in a
watching it
weird
again
place to me
now.
because
It's middle.
I have definitely like Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore at like definite tops,
Yeah.
and then Wedding Singer is a definite top.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
And
okay.
then there's some really low.
Well,
and
I don't-
then there are
Yeah.
some really
There's some
lows.
There's some lows.
Like, cause man, it's
And there's some surprising ones for me that probably you guys wouldn't, think about in terms
Drunk
of
punch
that.
low.
Okay, that was weird.
I didn't really
But
like
it
it.
doesn't
weird.
really add
It was
up
just
to
No.
it was just weird
No,
more than it was good.
Yeah.
Spanglish. That was a good one.
I never saw that one.
And it's
Oh,
got
yeah.
Taya Leone in it, which I love her too. She is Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up.
Don't push that button.
She's other Renee Zellweger. That's what she is to me.
Wait, who?
She's Renee Zellweger's doppelganger.
Who?
I always get them confused. The anteater.
Shut
Oh,
up.
wait.
She's in the Family
I like
the
how
wife of Family Man.
I like as soon as I said the anteater, you thought you had it. That's funny.
I get it.
She's
No,
in there.
there is two anteaters now.
They look alike.
Stop it.
In that
They look
way,
alike.
The way they put their
They
lips.
they're not like exact clones, but when if I don't see the other, I immediately be like, oh shit, that's Renee Zellweger. But then it was because for this whole time, I promise you,
It's
when
gonna be Renee
we
Zellweger.
did Fun with Dick and Jane, I thought that was Renee Zellweger
Wow.
for the longest
Wow, that's
time.
terrible.
And then I realized it wasn't.
You peering through your colored eyes.
Look, there's not a. We have already established that there's
she
that.
is a better actress as far as
Well,
I'm
yeah,
concerned.
that's not hard to do.
I'm just saying.
Renee Zellweger's garbage.
So
I don't know how she's allowed to be. Yes, I do.
I've seen more garbage. I've seen worse
Well,
garbage.
yeah, but that doesn't mean she's not garbage.
She's not worst of garbage. She's top tier garbage.
I think you're putting too much in. I don't think she's top tier. Like,
She's just been.
like if we're gonna say who's like a dude who would be like our person who's like top tier garbage would be like Michael B. Jordan, where it's like
you're right,
he's
you're right.
pretty garbage,
But
but
that
he's
makes it
top
work.
tier garbage.
That makes it work.
But
yeah.
he's like good garbage.
honestly.
He's recyclables. Like he works when he needs to, and he's bland as fuck every other time.
True.
But he has moments where you're like, all right, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
But then it's like a lot of
Like
times you just be
Black
like,
Panther. Black Panther.
did
he
you
was
show
nice.
up today? He did. He just has that blandness
Did
to
you
him.
see
Like
that
he's
movie?
Channing Tatum. He's Channing
Nah.
Tatum.
Did you see that movie? Shoot,
No.
did it come on?
You talking about Prime?
Yeah,
The one where his wife is killed or something like that. And he starts
Yeah.
going apeshit. I haven't seen it yet.
That
I
was
kind of
actually
want to
good.
watch
That
it.
was actually
And
kinda
he was in that one. What was it called? The show that we were watching on HBO.
Which one?
The
Well,
one with the people that got the abilities and it's
Chronicle. It's a movie.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
no.
yeah.
You said it's a show?
yeah, it's a series that we were watching. The something.
Oh, no, it wasn't on HBO. It was Netflix. Raising Isaiah.
No.
Stop saying no. That isn't that the one with
No.
the kid with the powers, right?
That's not
No,
what
but
I'm
he's
Then
not
what are you talking
she's not
about?
on HBO. We watched it together.
Then what is it?
What was it?
I'm trying to.
Then you don't know.
I do know.
Then you're making stuff
No,
up.
I swear. The physical, the watchers, the blue blaps. They all get abilities. And
Oh,
yes, you know
with the
what I'm
women?
talking- Yes.
Oh,
Goodness gracious, she knows what I'm
I keep
talking
wanting to say the irregulars, but it wasn't that.
about. They're irregular.
He was in it.
Yeah, he was.
don't
Remember,
remember.
towards the end, he was in it. It because remember, it goes to the future.
Oh, yeah.
Now we're saying nothing makes sense.
Dang.
This sounds
But he was on
absolutely awful
And it was good. I don't
already.
know.
It
What's
was,
coming
it was a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Except we don't know if it's coming back.
Yeah.
You don't even know what it is. We have to take your word for it. I think you guys had the same fever dream.
The Nevers.
The Nevers. Thank
Yes.
you. That's
what they're called.
The Nevers.
The Nevers.
That sounds awful.
Imagine we just
That
collecting
was
the
actually a good
ingredients.
show. It was crazy.
I like it.
Man, you like Manifest. I'm not going to take your word for it.
What?
I said what I said. Back up.
The show was good, actually. He's a hater.
And he is.
He's a naysayer to everything.
Anyways, this movie
This movie.
is, I think it's in an interesting place in the Sandler pantheon where I don't,
He's top
I
tier,
wouldn't call it a classic, but I think it's a cult classic. I don't know. It's in a weird
don't know,
place
because
I think this
it's
one
a
is up for
weird
you.
classic.
This one is
It's
definitely
super
up for
quotable.
grabs.
But it's super quotable. You know, you have
It
so
is.
many, you
It
know,
is.
quotable moments, and people know it. You know, like talking about you hear kids talking about their medulla oblongata and stuff that you never. I mean, there's a lot of quotable moments in that
There
movie,
is.
even from his mom.
But that in and of itself doesn't make it a
No.
classic. That's why I think it's at like
Doesn't make
Jonna
it-
said, I think it's at that top tier, like mid level where it's like it's up there. But I think if you polled a bunch of people about Sandler movies, this would probably be not at the top. I think.
No, I mean, I wouldn't
like
say
you
it's
say.
at the
I
top.
think like the Billy Madisons, the Happy Gilmores, Wedding Singers, like those ones
Yeah.
are obviously I think at the top, hands down, no brainer.
Yeah.
And then I think everything else is just depending on what you like. Because I think there's also a weird point in Sandler where it was like, man, this guy's just doing anything.
Yeah.
Where it was
sure.
like
Jack
it
and
was-
Jill.
Yeah.
that's way bottom
Yeah,
tier.
that's bottom.
Which one is the one with
for
Andy
me,
Samberg
Little
where
Nicky.
it's I love you boy
Yeah,
or
yeah.
that's my boy? Yeah, that's
I chose
garbage
not to see that
can.
either.
Yeah.
Little Nicky is probably in that mid tier, but it's like low mid tier.
But I liked it.
That's what I say. It's
Funny.
I think it's interesting, but it's in low mid tier for me because this is Little Nicky and this both do the thing where I think he's like I just want to do a voice. The whole
just wants to
movie.
be a weird
I think he just wants to do a weird voice the entire movie. So he was like, "Here I go."
Honestly, I don't hate it.
What about Mr. Deeds?
Mr. Deeds is like a
Mid-tier.
mid tier because it gets kind of boring at times, but
Yeah, but it's got
I definitely think
Anger
it's.
management.
I think it's a way better remake than the Tyler Perry one he tried to do.
Tyler
Because it's an old because Mr. Deeds was a remake of a movie, and then Tyler Perry did a movie called Good Deeds. It is the exact same thing.
what was
But
it?
yeah, except Adam Sandler's is basically trying harder to be a comedy, and Tyler Perry he's doing the Tyler Perry thing.
you know.
What else? There's
You said, I think Mr. Deeds is a pretty good one.
yeah,
Like
that's
it's
a
mid
good one.
tier.
That was a good one.
Anger management.
Anger management, I think, might be high tier.
That one's pretty good.
I think
Yeah.
that might be a
I'd
high
say-
tier
I'd
because
say lower end of high tier.
I think you got Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
John Turturro's in there. It's just
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
really good stuff. You can't
Yeah.
really. I think that's a high tier one
Yeah,
for
Jack
me.
Nicholson is
It's
crazy.
an underrated one. I think 50 First Dates is like low mid tier for me.
What?
I
No.
I
like
get
that
it.
one.
I know you guys like it. I'm just saying.
That's top
I think
tier.
I think it's lower mid tier. Anything with Drew Barrymore is
Oh
lower
my
mid tier.
gosh!
You messed
and
up.
then what's the other one with them?
Blended.
Blended. Oh my
didn't
gosh!
know.
You didn't see it? No, that was actually good.
You know what was better? The
What?
one with Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, yeah, when she was his sister.
No, she
No,
was
no, no,
pretending to be his
pretty-
wife.
oh, she worked for him.
Yeah,
That's right,
she was
that's right.
pretending to be his wife, and then they fell in love.
Yeah, that was good too.
Have you guys seen the one? It's a boat, like a mystery boat with.
No, please don't. Any Netflix Adam
I
Sandler
liked
movie?
it, though.
No,
And
I couldn't.
Uncut Gems was good.
Uncut Gems. I didn't
heard
see
that
that,
was
but
good.
that
I
wasn't a
didn't see
Netflix
that.
one. That was that's a.
It was on Netflix.
No, it's
Yeah.
on Netflix, but it's not a Netflix
Oh,
original. It was in
it should.
theaters.
It was.
Oh,
Yeah,
was
it went to theaters.
I never remember.
I don't think
that.
it did because I think
No,
it
it-
came out when they weren't doing
No,
things
it
in
did.
theaters.
It went to theaters.
Let me check.
It definitely went to theaters because that's where I remember
know what?
seeing it
Every time
because
I
it
hear
was
the name-
advertised on theaters as coming to theaters as going to
Oh,
theaters.
It's on Peacock now.
What year was it in? What year
It
was
was like a
made?
couple of years. Like
2019.
yeah,
That didn't come out.
I like
it
it.
did come out in theaters. I'm
Hey.
telling you, they were still putting movies out in theaters in 2019. They just all weren't going.
I can't. It only makes me think of Uncut Gems. The girl that was in Kanye.
No.
She was like, I was something.
And 2019 was like right before COVID anyway. Because
No,
2020,
but I mean that's saying that's when it was. Was that saying when it's released?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, 2019. I remember because I remember them advertising it on like Facebook and stuff, saying like, yeah, this movie's coming to theaters,
I don't
coming,
remember that.
dropping this day. Yeah, I remember that.
That's
The
weird.
week of, that was good. Did you see that?
It was interesting.
Oh.
Him and Chris Rock.
It was interesting.
That was it. That was. I liked it. I liked it.
I did
was
well.
that? It made
Okay,
me laugh.
I take back the Netflix thing because I did like the one with him and Ben Stiller and I don't know the lady's name, but it's them being a family and it's weird, but it's also pretty good. I
What?
forgot. It's like the Horowitz something.
Oh, I don't think I
forgot
saw
it.
Oh, I've seen parts of
That
that.
one's pretty
Because
good.
Ben Stiller had the kids and they would be dressed in the sweatsuits. Is that the one?
No, that's
Oh.
the Wes Anderson movie. That's Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, that is a brilliant.
But
oh,
yeah, that's a completely different movie.
Oh.
Also pretty good though.
yeah.
That's a funny movie.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So I mean, this is not low. It's it's
Okay,
in
all
there.
right. Let's click. Where's that going?
Click.
I love that
I
movie.
love-
I don't
Okay,
care
but
what
where
anybody
is it go?
says.
But you know what?
I say
I'll tell you
mid-top
this.
tier.
I'll tell you this.
Mid-top
If you
tier.
have to say I don't care what anybody says, you do care. Just say I love the movie.
No, I don't. I'm letting you know that so you
But
don't
why?
try to deter me.
I'm not trying to deter you because I know that that's a mixed one for a lot of people because it's
I
like
freaking
one of
love
the
that
big
movie.
big
I
things for
love
me is like
Click.
I thought it was great until the last half of that movie
What
where
are
they
you talking about? I cried.
because I
Oh
felt like
my
they
gosh,
rushed through
right?
it. They were like, all right, here's our movie. We're having some fun. It was like, holy shit, we only have like
It did.
30 minutes left.
But
We
it's-
have to get through this. They were like, fast.
But this is what I like about it, though. They did that, showing that life is passing by too
Yes.
fast because he decided
That
to
was
skip
a-
I don't
home
think that was what I'm saying is I don't think that was the original
No,
plan.
but it worked out.
I think they realized what happened.
But I think it worked out still.
No, I think it's a decent movie.
I don't know.
I say
I got it in my mid tier, not like low, not like high. I just got it in my mid.
I say it's mid top tier.
So
I like Christopher Walken.
So what about Grown Ups?
Which one? Because the first one is decent. The second one could kiss my ass.
I said first one.
The first one I like.
It's low top tier.
It's
first one.
like
Let's say
mid-tier.
it's a decent movie. I don't like Adam Sandler constantly casting Selma Hayek as his wife. I think that's bullshit.
Constantly. When else was she his wife?
Also in Grown Ups too.
Okay. Well,
That's two in a row. That's enough. That's enough.
it's a sequel.
That's enough.
Okay. What about Pixels?
No,
Oh,
I did not
actually
like.
didn't see that one.
I did not like
I saw
Pixels. I
parts of
I
it.
thought it was stupid. Hey, you can't have what's his name as president
The Do Over. Did you see that?
with David Spade.
David Spade.
That's another one of those ones where I'm like, this was just him fucking around because Netflix gave him some money.
That was funny though.
They
I
keep
like
giving him money and he's just gonna keep fucking around. I would. That's exactly what I would do.
Fuck it.
Let's see. Oh, that was Just Go With It.
Just Go
the
With
one
It. That's
him
the
and
one. And Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, that was good.
I like that one.
That was good. What about
No.
Don't mess
You
with
say
me.
Zohan? No, get that fuck. That's another one. I just wanted to do a voice.
Oh,
Get that
okay.
shit the fuck out of here.
Hotel
It was
Transylvania.
Top
Oh,
tier.
man.
Yeah.
Top tier.
That's definitely top
The
tier.
first three
I'm
are
just-
top tiers.
I'm
That fourth one
surprised. Is
is
the fourth
bottom low tier. It went
Yeah.
straight to Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Nobody was involved.
No, yeah, they weren't, huh?
They took everyone because he's not even in it. So
Yeah.
no one is, honestly.
But honestly, I'm surprised that each one, the first, second, and third one,
Yeah,
did
they
really
were
good.
really
good.
good.
They were really
They're good. They're top
were-
tier. They're top
Yeah.
tier.
Okay, what about bedtime stories?
I liked it, but I say it's low.
did
mid-tier.
not-
I didn't stick with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did not get through it, so I would say
I know. What about Chuck and Larry?
ugh.
Oh, man.
Chuck and Larry is actually a top tier movie, but I
That I
can't
did.
keep watching it because it's too much at times.
I say
But it is a
tier.
top tier movie. It is because
I
it is
guess.
hilarious.
It is
It
hilarious.
Holy crap,
It
hilarious.
truly is. I didn't know he was in Zookeeper with what's his name? He was
Mark
parts of
Wahlberg?
it. No,
Oh.
Kevin James.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure he had a cameo.
And of course, 51st Date is like that's like top tier for me.
Yeah, sorry, Tracy.
Let's see.
good
And we
movie.
did click.
What do you apologize? It's not there for me.
I'm just letting you know.
Let's see.
What?
It's a good movie.
Oh, The
I'm sure.
Longest Yard. That was good.
I'll say that's like a mid top
yeah,
tier
yeah.
because it's a
Yeah,
remake, so
that
I'm
was
not
good.
gonna put it in top tier.
You know what I didn't see? Rain Over Me. I've been wanting to see that with him and is it Don Cheadle? It's
Yeah,
a
I never saw
it's
that
a
either.
Serious
Me neither.
movie. Big Daddy.
I think it's funny.
I'd
I'd say it's top tier.
mid top.
That's a mid top.
Yeah.
That's a mid top tier.
That's definitely and well, come on, Happy Gilmore.
That's top tier.
Definitely
Tip top,
tier.
tip
That's
top.
that
tier.
might be number one.
That is top. Let's see. And you said Billy Madison. You know, I wasn't a fan. He didn't win me over till Happy Gilmore. Billy Madison.
love Billy
That was
Madison.
pretty funny.
That's that.
When he makes fun of the
That's
he's
my
like,
favorite. That's my favorite. That's my favorite one for sure.
Let's see.
I have a feeling you and your whole family are gonna get it, O'Doyle.
And they really does give it to him for
Off
most
the
of
cliff.
his movies.
O'Doyle rules.
And
Hey,
then-
they drove right off that
I
cliff.
like
already
how they
said
brought it
winning
back.
singer. Definitely.
That's a top tier.
definitely top. So
Right.
I mean, he's got a
Quotable.
lot of good ones.
Okay, we spent a lot of time indulging in.
Well, that's
Adam
good
Sandler
because we
movies.
can get to it. This is him doing a voice. I like how the movie just starts with him doing his water thing, and that setup is fucking ridiculous. Like he's got the beakers and he's fucking melting the burn. Which who gives a fuck, man?
the Walter Whites of water.
Yeah, this guy is killing it.
Yeah,
That's a
he's-
Breaking Bad reference,
Yes,
right? All right, I
yes.
got it. Never seen an episode.
Oh, good show, good show.
Yeah,
That's what I hear.
Well, he's the water boy, and let's we're looking at him. He's at University of Louisiana.
One of those
UL.
Louisiana.
And so he's being treated bad by the whole team, even the
Oh
coach
my
talking
gosh.
shit about him and stuff
Which,
like that.
I mean,
and spitting
here's-
in his water.
The thing is, you're supposed to feel bad for him, which you should because it's fucked up. But at the same time, he is an adult water boy for a college team. I am actually surprised he's being paid.
Because water is important, especially if you're at
I'm
doing
sorry.
athletic things.
Do you know what
eat.
kind of water we drink when we play football? Whatever's available. They just put it in them things and they spray it in your mouth. You don't really swallow it, just spit it back out anyway. It's just for hydration. It's to keep you hydrated.
I always think
it is what it is.
Gross.
No, see, he's trying to.
See, and
he's
that's
trying
why,
to serve
but
quality
that's why,
water.
and that's why
for the
you've had
player.
COVID twice. You have no immune system. Better start drinking that outside water.
Drink out of the hose.
I drank out of the hose, and if it didn't have a hose attachment, I drank off of the thing. I had my lips on it.
JJ tried to one time. I was like, no.
You gotta let him, man. See, that's why he's sick all the time. You let him drink off that thing.
I was like, that's
my
disgusting.
God.
It's all rusty and stuff.
Hey,
To die.
that's where all the healthy stuff is.
Minerals.
No.
Right in the rust.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So they're treating him like crap.
the dude spit in his defense. That dude spits in the water, and that's fucked up. That's
That
disgusting.
was pretty fucked up.
That's
He
pretty
didn't have to
fucking
do all
gross. He
that.
didn't just like spit. He hawked one.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what's dumber about that though is he has to drink that water at some point.
Disgusting. I know. Why did you sabotage your own water?
Like you were trying to one up him, but I would have been like, good one, and just let him fucking drink. I would have. All right, you got to drink that shit.
That's the water you got now.
Yep,
All
that's
right,
the
there you
water.
go.
That's the water you got
He's
now.
coming back thirsty.
And then he fucks him up, and then they fire him. He's-
Waterboy, you're fired.
and he's like, okay.
Runs home to mama.
Oh my god.
And this is the mama. Mama's different. She
Oh.
believes that little girls are the devil.
She believes
Played
everything.
by the
Kathy
amazing
Bates.
Kathy Bates.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I'm convinced that she could do any fucking
No,
thing
Yeah,
seriously.
she can.
because her range is
She's good.
fucking crazy.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Misery
Yeah.
to this to just about
American
anything.
Horror Story.
I never saw any of that.
Amazing.
I heard
No,
Angela
she-
Bassett was in it though.
Amazing.
I might check it out. But then I also heard Lady Gaga was in it, and
But
then I
she
was
was
like,
actually amazing.
I feel like you guys
If
keep
she
saying
fit the
that.
role. She fit the role.
and then now they got her playing Harley Quinn and
Okay, I
the
don't know
new
about
Joker
that,
2
though.
coming up, and I'm just like, and then they said it's gonna be a musical, and I'm like, you guys are doing the fucking most, and I'm tired of this shit.
I don't know about those.
Did you? I know it's off track, but I'm
Wait,
getting tired of
what?
Hollywood as a whole. Did you guys see that they're doing another National Treasure without fucking Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, I saw
How is
you
that gonna
posted
work?
that. What
Yeah,
the
what's the
heck?
point? Why not just make a new movie? Like, if you don't have any of the returning actors, nothing about your movie says this is that movie. Just
They're
make a
probably
movie.
gonna make him the grandson, the
He's-
next
oh
grandson
my
or whatever.
God. Oh, you know it. He's gonna be the son of Nicholas. Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
It's just.
I'm just.
I know.
It's
There's
so
just no creativity.
disheartening because I know that there's some young writers and some directors out there who are just like, oh, again. All right, I got this completely original, pretty cool screenplay waiting, but you guys keep on remaking Dreamgirls or whatever the fuck we're making next. Fucking death becomes her and shit.
know.
Like, I don't care.
Like,
I just
why?
and it's like, Goldie Hawn is what's her name? What's the daughter's name?
Shit.
Kate something.
Hudson.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, that's her daughter, so it'll be cool. I'm like, no, it's still lazy,
Yeah, it's pretty lazy.
but it's
Yeah.
how you get the
Meryl
idiots
Streep
on
daughter.
board.
Not
also
in it.
nepotism.
Nepotism.
Well, you know.
I mean, that's
that's
Hollywood.
not a bad thing.
Nepotism.
It's not a bad thing all the
If
time.
if it's the only way you're really getting rid, because let's be honest, she's not like an amazing actress, Kate.
She's not bad. She's just not. You know,
Yeah.
she's not somebody to write home about. But she's played her roles.
Well, you know,
Did
she'll
you
be
see
in
Bri-
it with.
She
Did
does
you
just
see
enough.
Brides? What was it?
But yeah, I
That
like
was
that
great.
movie
That was
actually,
a-
but
that was
it
a good
didn't
movie.
make her a great actress.
No, it didn't. It just was good though.
She's an actress.
She is an actress.
That's
Yeah.
it.
So his mama. Why did she have a knife? What was she waiting for?
Oh, she was
Oh.
worried because
Oh,
he wasn't
she's
home.
because he had like a nick on his face, and she said, "Who cut you?" And she put that
Oh,
knife
yeah.
out. Yo, I was like, yeah, she stay ready.
Yeah, she's protective. She loves her baby, and that's
yeah,
what the point they're gonna cross when first seeing their relationship and how she talks with him and how he responds to her.
yeah,
She's a overbearing mother.
He was like, I don't. He says, I don't like confrontation because I'm a Virgo, and he was like, she was like, who the
Yeah,
fuck
who told you
Yeah,
you
who
was a
told you
Virgo?
you was a Virgo? also, it's weird, right?
Vicky Vega.
One of the things, like, because they're from Louisiana. She clearly is doing the accent What the fuck is he doing?
No. I just watched it just now. She in and out goes from country accent to New Yorker accent.
Does she?
Yes, and I think that's kind of like they just let it slide because
Yeah, okay, but at least she's trying. What the fuck is he doing?
No.
He's not even attempting to do the accent.
No, I think
He should
honestly,
be
he's supposed to be
slow.
different. Not sl- I wouldn't yeah.
You're supposed to believe he's supposed to be either slow or extremely coddled.
And
he's definitely raised by one of the snake dancing people. So
what?
Like the religion where they be like handling the snake handlers. That's what they're called. Bunch of weirdos where they be like, I handle this snake, and if God loves me, He won't let me get bit by this snake. And they be out here dancing with the snake and shit. And I'd be like, we probably don't get to hear about how many people actually got bit by that snake.
Yeah, for sure. People have died.
No, I'm saying, but they probably ain't telling us. They'd be like, yeah, everyone survived the snake handling session.
No.
Cover that up.
Skeleton.
Yeah, just put that skull to the side.
No.
Crazies. That is the craziest thing anyways.
But anyways, yeah. Mama says, don't you listen to that Vicky Valancourt. Little girls are the devil.
Little girls are the devil. Get the devil.
Yeah, so after that scene, we get to know a little bit about Mama. She don't like foosball. She don't like little girls.
Well, she don't like anything.
Yeah. She don't like anything that seems like...
She's like, if you want to go do something, what you got to go do that for? You could just stay here with Mama.
Anything to keep him
I love the scene where he's watching wrestling.
Oh yeah.
And he calls up Captain Insano, played by Paul White, aka the Big Show. At that time, he was in WCW, so he was the Giant Junior.
I wasn't sure if it was him because the time I remember him, he didn't have hair.
Well, he had hair for a really long time. So you must have been watching real he didn't
in the
cut
2000s,
like in the mid 2000s when he cut it, but he had hair for a really long time.
I think I more remember him from the early 2000s.
Because like I said, this was close to the end of WCW anyway. But he was known as Giant Junior, which I thought was the stupidest fucking name.
Giant Junior,
because he was supposed to be like Andre the Giant's son,
okay,
and it was like, that's dumb. This is so fucking stupid. But he was a giant at the time, and he's Captain Insano, and I do think that him and Mean Gene Okerlund are playing it really well. Because they do this all the time, so this was easier for them to just talk.
They're just doing the same thing they do.
And I think it's funny that he goes, because you do hear that voice, and you're like, oh, this is the cute kid. And he was telling him, he was like, hey, I was just wondering if you needed a water boy. He was like, this cute kid. I was like, how old are you? Like 10, 11? He was like, I'm 36, 36 and a half years old or some shit like that.
He's 33.
Whatever. That's still a lot. And they're just like, the way they both look and just start laughing. And then,
when he was laughing, though, it's so funny. It looked like he was laughing so hard that it hurt.
No, he started legitimately crying. Not like laughing, crying, but like crying. And that was funny, man. I had to make that because that was funny as hell. Captain Insano.
They just laughed at him.
Captain Insano.
So then he goes to the worst school, clearly, because this whole setup is just like
the cheerleaders.
Well,
are
at least they're the worst team.
Cheerleaders are drunk.
But if they're that bad, like you said, cheerleaders are drunk. The mascot is in uniform doing what at practice? What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot going on here. None of the players are sharing cups and shit. Like, this is bad. How could they be in class? That campus looks pristine. When you see it, it looks like a good campus.
Right.
But this shit right here, like,
they're all over the place.
I want to know where they're focusing their money because it's clearly not on football. They don't give a shit about football. Their basketball team must be fucking like spectacular or some shit like that.
Possibly. They're like, nobody likes us anyway.
This shit happens, man. Some schools are like that, but that is a thing that schools will put their money like. North Carolina football probably suffers because they put a lot into North Carolina basketball. Like, even in high school, I went to Northview. They're a wrestling school, so they put all their money into wrestling, and we get whatever's fucking left.
Wrestling is king at Northview, for real.
We got whatever was left.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. And so this is probably their football program. They're like, they're like,
I don't give a fuck. They're not winning shit anyway.
Yeah, so it looked horrible. So that's where the coaches, the the Fonz. What's his name?
He's Coach Klein in this.
Yeah. What? Yes, but
But I
Henry
know-
Henry Winkler.
Henry. Why is that so hard to say? Henry Winkler, who was in a lot of Adam Sandler joints,
Yes, he
Yes.
is. I love
as he
him.
should be.
I
He's a
love
good dude.
And a lot of people too. Like I
Well,
didn't
that's the
realize
thing. He
so-
is. He since he's been able to call his own shots, he's pretty much had a group around him.
But that's almost been from the beginning.
Yeah,
If you
because
look
even
at
earlier on, he
who's
had
in
Farley. He had. He always had. Farley was a big one. David Spade was a big one.
Definitely.
Rob Snyder was a
Yeah.
big
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Like
the
mostly,
the
but a
one
lot
that
of
they say
them.
looks like a cigarette.
What's his name?
What?
That's all I mean. That's
The self-taught. No,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Steve
Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
Yeah, but a lot, and the majority of them were like Saturday Night Live alums. So
Yeah.
he was just hanging with his people.
But then he got the core group that are just his friends. I think that he brought in.
Yeah, those other
that are in
guys.
all those other movies and stuff.
Yeah.
He just and they've been in everything.
Yeah.
and that's cool.
that is
pretty cool.
That's
It's pretty.
That's
To
cool.
have a crew that you just take with you,
Yeah.
screw it. And
pretty cool.
they back you no matter how stupid it is because
You're
they've
like,
been in those dumb
what's my
movies.
part? Okay, I got you.
Henry Winkler gets attacked by bees in Little Nicky, but it's like,
I
Did
love.
he?
yeah,
I
they
love
kill him with the
him.
bees, and they're
I
like,
love
kill him
him.
with the bees again.
I love Henry Winkler because he literally will do just about anything.
He's
Yeah.
silly.
You got to see this movie with this other dude from Saturday Night Live. Shoot,
Yeah, you guys are really good with
Gosh.
names, by the way.
We're terrible.
because he's a hitman in this show. It's on HBO Max, and Henry Winkler's in that. It's really good.
Oh, you talking about John Hader?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I know what show you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
I love
yeah.
John Hader.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Bill Hader. Why'd I call him John Hader?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, well, now you made me say John Hader.
And I was like,
The
yeah,
hater
no,
got me.
John Heater. That's Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh.
And it's
he's
Bill
Bill
Hader.
Hader.
Hader,
Hader,
Hader.
not hater. Hader.
Hader.
Yeah, pretty good stuff there.
Anyway,
So
yes.
he goes to look for work and more work as a water boy. So he goes to this school or whatever, and he goes to the Coach Klein for a job. And he looks like he's going crazy trying
He
to
is.
figure out the perfect play.
He's like, wait. We're gonna have the guy fade left. No. He's gonna fade to right. Like you're doing the most, and then he's like, and then I lost it. He was like,
doing a
"Oh,
Charlie.
here, you're sweating. Here's some water." He was like, "Man, that's really good.
Ooh, that's really
Better
good
than the
water.
stuff I serve my guys." And it's just like,
I love how panned over to this nasty ass.
now
Gross.
that's funnier because how the fuck does you let that happen? It's just water. You can get it anywhere.
Hey, the way Bobby Boucher looked at it, he's like, "Oh."
But you know what? Do they? Unless I like missed it, do they ever explain why he is so passionate about water, or is it just his thing?
No, I don't think they do. They don't.
Oh, okay. Well, sort of. Later on in the movie, I'm just gonna tell you this one part. So, Mama tells
I mean, everybody has seen this movie.
Mama tells a false story of what happened to his dad.
Oh,
or
yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
and said he was out there in the desert with no water to drink.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
you're right. You're right. Okay. All right. Good job.
Did my research.
She's horrible.
So basically he was like, I'll work for you free of charge because your water is absolutely disgusting and that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So then he goes to this sad practice and the dude's like, hey, look at the retard. And it's like,
Then he meets this guy named Derek.
Derek is the only person in this thing who's cool, probably because he's the only black guy in this with
Wait,
words.
there's one other
No,
black guy.
he's the only black guy who speaks in this movie. So he's got lines.
But he goes through having a mean team again, and he has flashbacks of being a kid water boy and that other coach. You remember his name? The other coach?
Oh,
Coach something, Bayou.
Bayou.
Red Bayou.
Really?
Red. Yeah,
Red.
Oh, Bayou. Interesting.
Was it Bayou?
I don't think
it was.
It was Red something.
Okay, Coach Red. I think it's just
Coach Red. Yeah.
No, he has a last name in this. Because they call him by, like, only
Could've
person who
sworn it
calls
was
him
Red.
Red is Coach Klein.
No, we call him Coach Red. Oh,
Look,
sure?
look, it's right in here. Right there. Coach. There it is. See, first name Red. God damn it! Because
You don't even know the notes.
no, because you can't go into it.
Oh,
It's
I
like
hate
it
that.
cuts
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Son of a bitch! You guys keep going.
It's
I'm gonna figure
just
this shit out.
but
No, we're doing
he
this.
has flashbacks to being a kid Waterboy, and he was waterboying for that same coach.
So that same coach, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and
so was he coaching the whole time, like from when he was a little kid all the way up, and that's why he was the water boy? Like he just kept being the water boy?
Yeah, I don't know
think
how to
so,
say that, but I
possibly.
think it's like bouillet or something like that. It's French. Look.
Bouillard, I think. Bouillard.
No.
Let me.
There's an
I'm
L
the
in-
resident person who took French.
Fucking know everything.
She took French once, and look at her.
I took it.
Red Bolu.
That L is definitely silent.
Bayou.
That's why I think it's Bayou. I think
No,
that L
it's
is
Bo.
Whatever.
That's
We're
that
gonna call him
B-E-A-U
Coach
is
Red.
Bo.
that L is silent as hell.
He's just Coach Red from
Whatever.
here on out.
That's all I'm saying. He's coach.
Bo.
But he has that flashback, and as the coach doing the same thing, being an asshole to him and saying you're fired.
Well, he has. He was gonna hit Troy. Was it John Elway? Gonna hit John Elway in the head with the spoon. Does he fire him? Or does he call him a retard? Because I think everybody said. I don't think he fires him because he still works for him.
I don't know. I
Oh,
don't
when he
remember.
was
I thought
younger.
he
Oh, I
fired
see.
him.
Because I remember he says you too stupid to something. He calls him stupid.
Yeah.
Seems like he's fired him and rehired him. Maybe.
I don't know,
That could
man.
be.
That's
That
a
could
kid. That seems like slave labor.
I know what a hole.
You fired this kid
So-
couldn't have been making money.
So
No.
he gets mad and he opens a can of whoop ass on a player,
Come on,
as he refers to it.
Well, yeah, because they run a
Whoop
play.
ass.
They basically run a play that requires one of the players to fade into him just so they can knock him over. And then that's when coach comes over. He's like, "Hey, don't let him push you around because they'll fuck it up all. They'll fuck you up all season. Trust me, I've seen this before." And it's just like it's him.
Because they pushing him around.
And then they do it. They do it again, or he calls. That's what That's when he starts calling him. They throw this retard. It's so hard to say that.
Yeah, they throw it
they
a
throw
lot.
this around a lot, and he's making fun of him. He's like, "I've got a wooden spoon," and then that's when he was like, "Stop making fun of me." And then he goes, and that's when he fucking
He
laid
tackles the crap out
this
of him.
man
Sound like
out.
a horse.
Yeah.
It's so bad that he starts talking all dumb.
Yeah, and he was just like, coach is basically like, "Yo, check this shit out. We could really use you on the team." He was like, "But my mama don't want me
My
playing
mama
football."
don't
He
want
was
me
like,
play-
"So fuck all that. We gonna go talk to mama."
Right.
And then this shit is fucking disgusting and hilarious.
So they have dinner. Yeah,
It's a big ass fucking snake. It's a python. That's a goddamn python.
He's like, so what part of the snake am I eating?
That is a dumbass question.
She's like, it doesn't have parts. But she said, if I was to guess where it would be, I'd say the knees.
It is. It is.
This is what I love about her character. She don't care. She gonna make a fact out of whatever. It ain't even a fact. She just gonna make up her own stuff.
Because he was like, he was trying to make small talk, and it was just like, it's still a dumbass question because it's a snake. It is a snake. And he was like, "Ooh, and what's for dessert?" And then you hear the bug zapper. She's like, "Squirrel." I was like, "How?" I just,
Gross. That's how country they are. She knows what it sounds like.
Gross.
well, she heard it chittering when it died.
Gross. But yeah, dinner was pretty much him trying to convince mama to let him attend school so he could be on the football team. And she's like, "I ain't gonna have none of that false education and that foosball on my son's head."
Do you know? Did you watch with the subtitles on?
No, what?
She says "fool's ball" the whole time.
I thought she was saying foosball.
She's like, because she's making she's like insulting it, so she calls it
foosball.
fool's ball. But it's the way she's saying it that had us all thinking it was one thing.
Foosball.
But she's literally saying fools, like FOOL, ball, fool's ball.
Maybe
she
the person who
thinks it's foolish.
translated it was wrong.
No, I mean that's just how it works. Those things are direct from like DVDs and stuff.
really?
They're ripped like that. They're already closed caption
yeah,
ready.
they do.
Foosball. Oh,
But I
get it.
think it's just her accent
Yeah.
and how she's saying it. But I think it's better that way. But I never figured that out. But it makes more sense now
That
that
was
I know it
foosball.
because she
Yeah.
is insulting the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
definitely.
Because at first it's like, oh, she's just saying it wrong because she's stupid.
Well, I thought I was just thinking she was just calling it a little funny
she just
nickname 'cause
being
she didn't like it.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. That's why it makes more sense that it's foosball because she is directly insulting.
But I wasn't thinking about that.
No, yeah.
So
Because
I
she
didn't think about that.
Foosball. I mean,
Shit, you gonna play that?
definitely-
And she always had that look like she wanted to just spit every time she said it.
No, definitely.
But she basically is like, yeah, he's not playing. Fuck out of here. I said good night, sir. And then that's when he was like, I got that tattoo of Roy Orbison on my ass because my mama told me not to.
Oh yeah. So I forgot. This is where she tells the story, the fake story about how his
his dad.
And he was like, I couldn't get out because I was just a baby, a little baby in my mama's stomach. I would have got on some water, but I couldn't do it. I was like, but that's weirder than it's like, why would you have done that as a baby? You have no idea that water hydrates people. It's just
no. As far as he knows,
man.
he would have.
It is weird. It is weird. He just becomes super passionate about water.
Yeah. Well, too, I think also before it was saying that I think they were almost alluding to the fact that he was probably autistic because there's a lot of fixation, focus in areas and things like that. So they're really into whatever it is they're into. So that's another thing.
Fair.
Possibly.
Well, I think they definitely
We're implying.
they keep using the word that's not the word. So I think the implications have been there this entire movie, but they're doing it wrong.
So now
not then though.
It's 98. You could say that all day.
Yes.
So there's some parts in the middle that I skipped over kind of, but I think next is what
He goes to
the
tackle.
first day of practice.
Yeah, he comes in the suit in his pads, but he's still carrying a thing of water. And the dude is like, "Yo, stop worrying about that shit." He was like, "They didn't give you a helmet?" He was like, "No, they ran out." He was like, "Here, you could use my one-lined helmet, worst helmet you could ever have, just in case you were wondering. Unless you're a kicker, it is the worst helmet you could ever have."
One line.
Because it's got one bar going across. There's literally no protection there.
Like the other one.
Like you're gonna get
whole
poked
thing.
in the eye, all kinds of shit. It's terrible. You don't want that. You need like I like the bar down the middle. It offers most protection, but most like I play receiver and you don't want it because it's hard.
So whoever hands try to go in, they just get twisted up in those bars.
Yeah, hey, that's on you.
You get messed up. Ow.
That's on you, buddy.
Well, they're not trying to.
No, it happens. That's what I'm saying. But it'll happen.
It's gonna be
There's-
hurt a lot.
Donna clearly doesn't understand
No.
the point
But
of
that's what I'm
football.
saying. But I'm just
And
saying.
it would hurt if it accidentally.
Well, it can. People, there's hands coming at you. You're going low. They're going high. Like, stuff will happen.
No,
Shit'll happen.
John was thinking, yeah, they do that on defense. They be poking them in the eyeball.
No. The accident.
Then he's like, all right, guys, Bobby is going to play, he's going to play linebacker. And he was like, all right, so I just want you to tackle. He was like, just like you did the other day. He was like, oh, I can't do that. I don't know what that was. He was like, you just told me to defend myself, so I did. I'm not just going to be just beating up on people. And he was like, all right, we'll figure this out. He was like, who's your favorite wrestler? And he was like, Captain Nsango, even though he was an asshole.
I know.
He was like, just do whatever he would do. And this motherfucker pokes him in the eye. He was like, Captain Nsango, sir, there's no mercy. And he was just like, all right. He was like, I want you to imagine somebody being mean to you. And then he does. Calls it
Pretty
tackling.
much teaching him to
tackling
channel
fuel.
his anger.
Tackling fuel.
Tackling fuel.
He teaches him to channel his anger.
And he does. And he tackles this guy. And he was just like, holy shit. You're going to play linebacker for us? He was like, not only will I do it, coach, yes, I do it for you. This motherfucker. But then they like the one that he enrolls in class, like none of this shit. Nobody knows about any of this shit. It is crazy.
When he meets with
The process that
Colonel
this
Sanders.
goes. Colonel, that's exactly. I just put Colonel Sanders' class because this guy's an asshole. Like, let's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's being an asshole the whole time.
First of all, the way he dresses.
Which probably wasn't super uncommon for a dude his age, but
Down south.
Louisiana.
in Louisiana, yeah. But he was being an asshole because he was like, he's in this class and he's like, hey, does anybody know where this comes from or whatever the case may be? And he was like, I know it. He was like, well, answer it. He was like, Mama says happiness is red, sunshine. And he was like, no, idiot.
your mama is wrong.
Happiness comes from the cerebral cortex or
No,
whatever.
he was talking about why alligators.
Well, he
always
says
so
two.
great?
He does two
Oh,
of them.
yeah, he does.
And then it said
The
that
second one was that where it's like, anybody tells me what makes where anger comes from, and he was like, Mama says alligators are honored because they got all them teeth and no toothbrush. And this thing, like,
He makes
He's
fun
like,
of him.
"Yo, mama's wrong again."
and just everybody's laughing. He's like,
you're
no,
wrong, Colonel Sanders.
the medulla oblongata. What an asshole. Yeah, and then he tackles him, and I love that because he's like, no, it's okay, Coach Klein said it was okay. I can do it. I can do this. This is all good. And it's like, no, that's not how that works, buddy. Not in the real world. You're learning all the wrong lessons here.
Yeah. So
And we get to the first game, and they have a chance to win it, but then he drop kicks a guy because he said some shit about his mama.
he did some Captain Insano stuff.
But he gives him the ball because
Oh,
he
yeah.
knows he can only tackle somebody if they have the ball. And it's like, so he's smart enough to know, which is even worse because it means he could have taken this ball at any time. And that kind of upsets me because I'm like, it could have been won this game, buddy. But they lost, and he was like, everyone's mad at him.
They lost?
Duh. Yeah, they lost
the
that first game.
Yeah.
And he was like, will you still be my friend? He was like, fuck no, get away from me. They're all pretty mean to him, but at the same time, like, I would have been pretty pissed off too. Like, you just cost us the game.
Well, the black dude, he was like, "Don't worry, we'll get him again."
Well, he's a kicker. He doesn't have any real impact on the game.
Okay, and this is what just to realize that the black dude's the kicker.
Yeah,
What?
I don't like that at all.
They sucked regardless. So
Yeah, but they had a chance
take it
but they had a chance to win.
Oh.
And I'm telling you, as a team, if you suck, you want that first win because then everything, you feel better. Once you get a win, you feel better. So yeah, I can understand, especially when you're close. I would rather get blown out than lose close because losing close means you had a chance to win. Getting blown out means you had no chance.
Right.
So you could be like, well, hey,
we showed up.
We showed up. But yeah, he was like, he was pretty pissed. Yeah. But then we get Vicky. Yay.
she just got out of jail.
Vicky Valancourt, played by Veruza Balk.
Yeah, that's a heck of a name.
She is Harley Quinn. I don't care what nobody says,
Right?
man. This is bullshit. Just a few years late, man.
Yep.
She probably could still play that shit.
Yeah, she does look like
They
a
got-
cartoon version of her.
Well, she is her, like, from her performance in The Craft to this, to like she's in a bunch of other stuff where she just plays crazy.
Yeah,
But I'm saying, like,
really
just
good
her
at it.
natural face. Looks,
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. She definitely feels like they modeled her after him, except for blonde. Like, other than that, she should have been there, and I'm still upset about it, but it's cool.
she's a little early.
Yeah. So she shows up and she's like, "Yeah, I got out of jail," and
They go for lunch at Mama's.
she invites her to a barbecue, and
Lord.
this is a fucking problem because now we're realizing that everyone's an asshole.
Why?
Because Bobby's mama is the biggest asshole in this movie.
Oh yeah.
And this scene right here, this
it was pretty sad.
it's beyond that though because she still sees nothing wrong, right? So we go to this barbecue. It's clear that he really likes Vicky and she likes him, and mama ain't having none of that shit.
Not at all.
She comes in and he's like, they're talking, and she passively mentions that he plays football without saying it.
Oh.
And she was like, "Play great in what?" And he was like, "Oh, he played Waterboy. Great." And she tried to cover that shit up. And she was like, remember when that Coach Klein tried to get you to come over here and play football or whatever? And she was like, "Well, who knows? He might actually be good at it." And she was like, "I don't give a shit what you think." Like, she was rude. She was like, "Fuck you and your fucking astrology. And I don't give a shit what you think." She was like, "Did he tell you about his stinky feet?" And she was like, "Man, it's supposed to have." Oh shit, that was an accident. Jesus Christ.
Wow. Almost had a panic attack right here. She heard the creaking noises and she really thought there was a crane hit.
Holy shit. Oh, God. It hurts.
Wow. What just happened?
The way you jumped.
I know.
Where were you hitting? Where were you hitting it at? And why did you think it was only you?
She was jumping away.
You know what, though? She has not gotten used to the fact that the sounds go directly in there. Because anytime I played any of those sounds, she starts to panic.
No, sometimes I get a little... When I hear the yelling ones, I'm like, oh, gosh.
Oh yeah, so they're going back and forth, and then she was like, she hit him with the nail on the head when she was like, "Those are the sheets back there," and I was like, and you hear this nigga, he's like, "Mama, I'm begging you, to shut the fuck up," and she was like, "Yep, those are the sheets," and then she looked, and she was mortified, which I mean, come on, man. He was like, "Well, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go hang myself now." Which
I'm gonna go walk off a cliff. Oh,
he did say, "I said I'm gonna go hang myself now," and it was like, "No, that's yeah," and then the mama's like, "See what you did?"
I know.
And I'm like,
she is a cold
dog.
Oh
You are about to drive your son to take his own, and you still finding a way to be like, I didn't do nothing. Like, God
I
damn.
can find similarities when it comes to people I know.
Oh
This
man.
is just terrible. She's a fucking asshole, man.
I can find similarities.
And it's like, so, yeah. Then,
So they do a party. They go to a party.
not yet because they didn't win the game yet.
Oh,
They're at this next game, and they have a pretty good chance to win it. And coach is giving the speech where he's like, hey, we have to all get out there. Bobby can't do this by himself. And he's like, Bobby, you're going to have to do this by yourself. And he does. He knocks his dude, fumble. They take it to the house. They win.
And they all keep saying stuff to him.
Yeah.
That's the funny part. It's like he knows it, then they say something like somebody says something. He's like, number.
Oh, he said 62.
62.
Well, that was that first game.
Oh yeah.
When he was like, he was like, have a good game. He was like, I'll be playing with your mama tonight, boy. And he was like, 62. And that's when he was like, he got the interception, looked around for him, was like, there you are. Then he gave, that was that first game.
That one. Okay.
Yeah, but so he goes in there. They win this game. The party is weird.
You got that old man. And
He got the Louisiana frog
that's the
cakes.
one. Then when they lost, he's like, "Let it by another day."
And he was like, what?
I didn't realize who that was for the longest time.
That guy's in all of his movies
Yeah,
too.
all of his movies.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. But yeah, so he goes to this party, and it's relatively normal college party, except he's talking to these girls, and because he's not like very well versed in communication with other people because he's socially awkward, this conversation gets weird because they're like, "Oh, are you seeing anybody?" He was like, "See any guys, any girls?" I see a lot of girls. And I see a lot of guys too, and then they're both kind of like,
I was just
okay,
with Coach
we're
Klein and
still
my
in.
mama.
Yeah, he was like, they were both still in. He was like, yeah. He was like, you ever been with a guy and a girl at the same time? He was like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, okay. He was like, in fact, just the other day I was with Coach Klein and my mama. And then one girl was like, all right, that's the straw for me. But then the other girl was like, say more. Like, fucking weird. That was the party. Then we get this montage of them winning games and stuff like that.
I put more wins.
Yeah. Montages are good because, man, we don't have time for all that.
And not to his little talk to the kids.
The LT talk. He was like, how do you just do what you do on the field? He was like, well, see, the center will snap the ball to the quarterback, and the quarterback, because he'll say hike, and then the quarterback, and he's just like, Which brings me to my next point, kids. Don't smoke. No, he said don't smoke crack.
Yeah.
He was very
did say
specific.
crack. Well, that's because he had a problem back in the day. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, LT was doing some crack, which is why he was so good.
Oh.
One of the best. I think he might. He's typically.
He's somebody who can literally say he snapped somebody's leg in half.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it happen.
What? He jumped
Well, no,
down
He
on
just
it?
tackled him.
he just tackled, but he jumped, and you saw his leg go like
It went the other one.
like
Ew.
a pencil.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
pretty gross. So, yeah. So we get LT's camp. Vicky's there. She steals his car, and
She's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm stealing LT's car.
then they ride together.
Yeah, she's driving.
They ride together because they go to
the mower thing.
This is when he invites her to the room and shows her that Eskimo special water. And then she shows him her
Honestly,
titties.
I've always wanted to know what that water tastes like.
I don't know, man. That looks like that's how you get 3 arms, man. That's too blue. That's not even like water's not even blue. It's clear. So it's weirder that it's so blue.
That's why they made it look interesting. I was like,
Chernobyl water.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Healing water.
Water shouldn't have a color to it because it's clear. So if it has a color to it, that means don't drink that shit. That's even dumber because that is like a cartoon way to be like, look how cold it is. It was like, but it
looks amazing.
But it's still,
I thought that was
but
the
it's still
container.
water.
I thought that was the container.
Yeah.
Really.
No, it was the thing because he took it out of the little sack and then it was like the actual water was super blue.
I think the container might have been blue.
I think it was supposed to be clear. Or was it blue?
I think the blue container.
I don't know. Well, probably to make it look like that, but I think that's what they wanted you to be like, ooh, look how blue that water is.
It's so watery because that's how we color water in the coloring book.
Water
blue.
shouldn't be. Yeah. Even though water isn't blue, we're taught so many wrong things.
It does look blue.
Is the sun yellow?
No.
It depends where you are.
It's a bunch of colors.
California beach water? No. Not
Well, that's
blue.
because water reflects what's directly below
green.
it. And, if your water's like blue, it means that you don't got shit under there, which is scary because that means that's where the sharks are. The water just reflects.
I don't know that that's true.
I don't think it's true. I don't think it's not 100% true. But that's my
sea life. So
that's my theory. She shows them the titties, and
I
then
liked her shirt. I was like, that's a dope shirt. I don't know.
Okay.
I liked her shirt too.
Just
and then he's like, "Oh, mama's waking up. You got to go." And she was like, "I don't know. I deal with you. You ain't even a man." And I'm like,
wow.
"So everyone's just an asshole, huh?" Fucking everybody.
You already know how he is. Yeah. You know he's a virgin.
Give him time, lady.
I know. How you gonna rush
You just
him?
got out of jail. What the fuck you talking about?
He looked like he was about to faint looking at your boobs.
So then they got another game. This one versus Iowa, and they win. And they get to play in the playoffs. So now they get ready for this rally and shit like that. Yeah. And this is where we find out, because we also find out somewhere that fucking Coach Red is fucking terrified now because he's like, holy shit, they're actually getting good.
Yeah. So he has to take the road.
He's a cheater.
Yeah.
He I guess
he's not a cheater but he's a hater, that's for sure.
Wait, what did he find out? What was the information?
That they faked his high school transcript so that he can go to college, basically.
Yeah,
and that's when it was like
everybody turned on him.
This is where we also get the "you can do it."
No, he was like, he said, "Rip his fucking head off."
Oh, well, he says it throughout the entire thing. I'm just saying, like in general, this is where this is the birth of the "you can do it."
Yeah. And then he's just they come in a big old bus, and then he's like,
because they're a Division I school, so they got it.
And they just turned. And what's his name? It's Ron Howard's brother. What did he say? He's the other one,
Cliff Howard.
Yeah, but he said something. Screamed it out like he was mad too, but they were just turning on him. It was just terrible.
Everybody turning on him, and Dave was like, "Sorry, man."
Ron Howard's brother and this other guy are funny
and the coach
as fuck.
Just ditched him.
Well, yeah, because he comes out and he was like, "We have this transcript from whatever school." He was like, "They ain't this school. Don't exist, motherfucker." And he was like, "So therefore, you ain't eligible to play." Blah blah blah. Now we're gonna beat you. And he was like, "Look at that, another ring coming." Coach Klein dips the fuck out.
Yeah, big time.
And then I like the dude was like, "Hey, just because the Waterboy's a stinking cheater doesn't mean we ain't gonna kick your mud dog ass." And he was just like,
just like that.
I was like, "Where are you from, dude?"
I know. I got a really hard.
Where are you from? I gotta know. Where are you from? But, what is that, Boston-ish?
So he goes to Bobby goes to the coach, Coach Klein, and the coach tells him of this flashback, like he's having a flashback of the 70s, and they were both coaches and stuff, and how Coach Red stole his playbook or whatever. But have you noticed at the end and towards the end of the flashback or whatever, he's like talking to his grandmother or something.
And there's nobody on the phone because it's
the
not
line
connected.
is not connected, and then also down below are like women's shoes.
I'm 100% sure that that's supposed to be like a Psycho reference.
Probably.
Oh.
I think it is. Because he wasn't talking to anybody, but he was talking to people all the time. And then he was dressing up like his mom. So I think it was supposed to be like a subtle Psycho reference. Or maybe it was just supposed to be weird. Who knows? Either way.
But it's like, it's so funny because he's telling the story, But he's
I hate him. I
like,
hate him. I hate him.
Bobby is like, oh man, that's a heartbreaking story. And anybody who would hear that story without looking at that flashback would think so. But it's like, no,
Because he just took
crazy.
the playbook. Basically, we find out that Coach Klein drew the plays and Red ran the defense, and that's how they were so good. And there was a head coach. They were both assistant coaches at the time.
Yeah.
There's a head coach job coming up, and he was like, I'm going to need those plays so I can be the fucking head coach.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about that, right? So he took those plays, which seemed, according to the froze in this flashback, had to have been forever ago. There couldn't have been enough plays for people to not know that those plays exist. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, as any other coach, a good scouting job stops all that shit dead in its track.
Yeah.
Because if you're not writing any more plays, the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
if you relate, so I mean that's more technical
Yeah.
football shit. But I'm just saying it is kind of weird. But so he does steal his little green playbook, and then apparently Coach Klein just has no ability to make plays ever again because he loses all his confidence, and that's like the whole point.
Right, exactly, and so there they go. So this is when he goes to take his what was the
No,
test?
well, so he
gets
studying.
into it with his mama.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
studying,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like, I gotta read these books for the final or whatever. He
So,
accidentally
well,
spills it.
Yeah, because she was like, for what? And he was like, I got to pass this test so I can play football. And
Foosball.
she starts talking about these fake fucking headaches, the brain pain.
Oh,
She goes
where's my
off.
brain pills?
He was like, don't you know foosball is what? The devil?
And he stands up to her though,
You think everything the devil, mama?
and then he educates her on the medulla oblongata.
But does he though? Because I feel
Well, he
stupider
just said-
having listened to him say the words medulla. Because he was like, and guess what? Alligators are angry because of the medulla oblongata. And I was like, all right, fair.
Yeah, so
He was like, I like Vicky Valancourt. She likes me,
Me
back.
back.
And she showed me them
Yeah,
boobies,
boobies.
and I like those too. And I'm like, yeah. Fair enough.
yeah, so and he runs out from there, right?
I don't know where he goes,
Yeah,
but
he
it's
goes
fucking
somewhere because
hilarious.
then they come
Well,
find him.
he does eventually go to take the test. That's where he
That's
goes.
what it was.
I love
Right.
this because I love Vicky signed. Do you want me to
Oh,
kill
yeah.
him? she's like,
Yeah.
she's like, nah, and I'm like, she's like, all right, you good, you
She's
good.
dead serious.
She 100 down for whatever, man. When they say ride or die, that's who they talking about.
She's the writer.
Vicky Valancourt is number one in my book. She's also in that list of like, you know, white women. She's definitely in that list.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long you gotta? I didn't even know you were making one, but okay.
No, the list has always existed.
It's like just subconsciously placing them on the
Yeah,
list.
I'm trying to get like definitive rankings down. White women, I would if I had to. That's really that's what it comes down. That's the list. I want to put that up somewhere.
Has she been in anything lately?
She was just in lately. It was like 2019 because I was just looking up her bio because I wanted to see, but she's in a lot of shit actually.
Really?
But yeah,
haven't seen
I
her
think
in
the
forever.
most recent it was something like in 2019. Let me see right here. Movies.
Movies.
Keep talking, people. That's how these things
Okay,
work.
so anyways, so while he's taking the test or whatever, and he's done already, and he finds out Mama's in the
Oh
hospital.
yeah, there was the sheriff or something, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
the sheriff goes to, and he's like,
Your
Mama's
mom's in the hospital.
Oh, 2021. She's in a movie about Val Kilmer called Val.
Oh, what?
Interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah. She was also in some 2018. So she's still been
About
doing
Val
shit.
Kilmer, like an autobiography.
I don't know. I don't think it's supposed to be
about.
about. I think it might be like I don't know.
What?
I don't know what it is.
What?
The Craft Legacy?
Yeah, there was a sequel, and
What?
I refuse to watch that shit.
She's in it.
I'm sure she is, but I'm pretty sure it's like a cameo role. I don't think she's not a major character.
Right,
She's
right.
she's probably her in a nut house, and they go to talk to her or some shit like that.
That's usually
A
how
la
it's
The
done.
Silence of the Lambs. or some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah.
anyways, so Bobby decides to stay by her.
Well, no,
Whatever.
I do think it's funny that when the cops do come, Veruga's like, "I was with you from 3 to 5." You tell him.
Oh, yeah.
It was the you tell him part for me, like, because she knows she did some fucked up shit. I did think she was gonna get arrested again. Well, because she did get arrested at the
the rally.
The rally.
Yeah, that's right.
That's when he was like, "You can do it. Cut this fucking head off." And then that's where they
Yeah.
used their one fucking for a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So they go and Mama's all fake dying in the bed.
Right? What an asshole, man.
He's over there laying all cute and stuff.
And then, this is when they get to town, and that's when Ron Howard's like, I'm not what you would call a handsome man.
Well, no.
But you've given me hope.
No, this whole time he's been standing by her in the hospital and shit. And at this point now, all of her furniture is in the hospital, so make it look like her house.
Even Steve.
The horse. Mule.
But at this point, he's sticking by
He's an ass.
He's sticking by her side, and he refuses. And I guess I can't do that. I can't play anymore because I got to stay by my mama and stuff like that. And at this time, Vicky's spreading the word like, "Oh, look at his exam." I guess he passed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's showing everybody that how dedicated he was to playing this game.
So that's when they all show up to the hospital and they're talking to
him. And the montage of her going to all these people and
the weird places they live and shit.
Yeah,
crazy.
But they're trying to convince him to play, and at that point he turns him down. Mama's listening to the whole thing or whatever, and I guess she starts to talk to him and actually tells...
Well, you forgot there's very important. Well, wake her ass up.
Oh, yeah.
We got a game to win tomorrow. Wake her big ass up was what he said. That's just funny. He's like, if you guys could keep your voices down, my mama needs a rest. Well, wake her big ass up. Fuck out of here.
He needs to listen too. So she finally tells the story of what happened to his dad. About how he abandoned them and stuff like that.
He got a 1950s divorce. He just left.
Yeah, he went for cigarettes.
He was like, "Yep, I've changed my name, and now I've got." And I was like, "I'm getting married to a." He's getting married to a prostitute. Roboito.
So she convinces him to go, and they take what are those things called?
They're the fly boats, the fan boats.
Oh,
so
those things that go through the...
I think they're called fan boats.
No.
Yeah.
Go through the swamp.
I think they're called fan boats. I'm not 100% sure.
An airboat.
Airboat, yeah, there it is. I've seen it on Archer.
I could not. If that thing broke
hell no.
down...
Yeah, I don't want to be in the middle of no goddamn swamp.
I could not. Ooh, with alligators and stuff in there.
Yep.
They can climb up on stuff.
Ooh,
well, it goes super fast because Vicky did the thing.
Yeah.
And so we're playing this game. The Mud Dogs are getting the shit kicked out of them. Yeah, and they're getting the shit kicked out of them, and then they go to halftime, and they're like, "Hey guys, you remember that time Bobby accidentally tackled a referee?"
Reminiscing.
Yeah, he's like, "Hey, you remember that time that Bobby got an interception? They pulled his pants down, he ran to the touchdown bare ass." Yeah,
and then he comes in,
"Hey, you really know what?" And they're just like. All right.
And then Bobby comes in.
You remember the time
when Bobby Boucher showed up and won whatever?
You say you remember the time that Bobby Boucher showed up that halftime the Mud Dogs run the Bourbon Bowl? Do you? And they were ready. And he was like, "Hey Bobby, I'm sorry for being an asshole to you this entire season. Let's go out there and win."
That's it.
And I was like, "All right, cool." I'm not accepting that apology though, because it's bullshit. It really is full of shit.
It was.
You didn't even stand up for me at the rally, buddy. In fact, you called me a dirty, stinking cheater, and I'll never forget that shit.
Yeah, bitches.
So we'll win this game, but then fuck you.
Yep. So now they're playing or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess they start catching up.
Well, we also get to because Coach Klein is still having trouble catching his mojo, and he was like, just visualize somebody you're not afraid of. And do that shit. And then he turns Ran into a baby, and that shit's funny as fuck. Because he's just like, and I promise, if I was on the other side, I'd be like, the fuck, bro? Now we gotta fight. I don't know what that is, but we have to fight.
I love how Bobby Boucher, he's looking at him or whatever, and he's like, what the fuck is he doing?
Because he doesn't see, we don't see, nobody else sees what's going on, so he's just like, the fuck is going on? And I do kind of like that. Somehow along the way, Bobby loses the need for tackling fuel because we only see it in certain spots during the montage that he even uses it. So at a point, he just learns how to play football.
Right.
But I do there is a point we missed dirt after the montage when they're showing clips. That's when Red sees it on TV, and he's like, "Look at the pain in those eyes," and you just see him
I think now
shit's funny.
His mom accepts it. He's got mom power now. I think that's what he needed was his mom to be
Mom
like,
power.
you go out there and play that.
No,
foosball.
I think eventually what it is, and like Mom was saying, there's like an extreme focus or something, like how he focused on the water.
Right. Now
He has a
he's putting that
different
into
focus.
football.
Yeah.
So now that he knows how to play it, now that he can actually use, he doesn't need the fuel itself. Maybe like he probably still, he has that pent up rage anyway.
Right,
So
right.
it works, but he doesn't have to like only channel it
Yeah.
just to play. Now he
Right.
can play. No, he learned the actual rules of the game, which is you can see that he's actually learned along the way and stuff
Right.
like that. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think he got it.
Yeah.
And now Vicky Valancourt's Waterboy, water girling.
Well, not even just that. The mom comes and she's sobering up the cheerleaders and shit.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. And then it's man, what the fuck is this dude's name? Because he's an actual like broadcaster.
Oh, Lynn Swan.
Is that who it was? Yeah,
Yeah,
Lynn Swan
Lynn
was there, and
Swan.
he's asking Vicky like, you know, what does she think is gonna happen? She was like, oh, Mud Dogs are gonna win 27-23 or
yeah.
something like that. She was like, whoa, how'd you come up with that guess? Her face, man, when she was just like, it ain't no guess, that's what it's gonna be. Now back up off my face before I do something. Like she was
Lynn
upset.
Swan.
She was upset.
Yeah, she was.
General,
She's crazy.
and during the whole interview, Mom's in the back dancing and shit. Fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious shit.
Yeah. No.
And so,
he gets knocked out eventually. Somebody tackles him.
oh, it's a late hit. Basically, he gets the ball. One of the big ass dude on the other end lays him out as a late hit, and that's when the Eskimo medicine water comes in play. And yeah,
Yeah, Vicky,
Oh,
Vicky
magic.
saves him with the
high
Eskimo
quality H2O.
That's not
water. Yeah, he just got right on up. And that was it. That was all he needed.
My favorite part is the because what comes up after this too is he sends in his fucking linebacker to go play running back because he's trying to take the water boy out the game, because they basically what they do is they find a way to basically keep them out the game by taking a knee, so that the Mud Dogs have to win on offense, and
Right.
they can't play defense. If they can't play defense, Bobby Boucher can't do what he wants to do.
Right.
So they figure out how to do that, and then they just they figure out something else anyway, and they find a way to score. So he's like, fuck it, we gotta play offense. So he sends that big motherfucker in, the one who almost got his neck cut off, to play running back, which he doesn't do. He's just huge. And he runs right at fucking Bobby because he starts wooing all over the place. He goes, you should like a big choo-choo train. And that nigga, and then this motherfucker power bombed him. And it was just like,
He did say a big
Yo,
choo-choo train.
I was like, yo, there's a lot of shit you could probably do in football, but I kind of want to know what the rules are on power bombing somebody. Like, there has to be illegal, and so there's got to be a flag for that somewhere.
Yeah,
That
I'm
can't be
pretty
legit.
sure.
But that shit was funny as fuck to me, because it wasn't even a clean power bomb.
He's judging.
I know. Look at
Kevin-
him, all critical.
Kevin Nash throws the best power bomb. Is what it is.
Yeah,
It's the jackknife
Kevin
power bomb.
Nash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that guy.
He was a wrestler.
Yeah, he plays the Rockets.
Wrestler. Wrestler Jonna.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, and he was close friends with The Rock.
Who knows? He might be.
They might.
It's possible.
Well,
I mean, anything's possible. So yeah, so as I said, they tried to take Bobby out by taking a knee. Let's see, next page.
Just ripped your paper. I heard that.
Yeah, this is that flimsy paper. Okay, so they do. They're down. They're down by, I believe,
I can't believe
exactly.
you're keeping track of the game. I just said they win the game at the end.
Well, because they win by exactly what she said. So I think they
Oh,
win
yeah.
by 3. So they must have been down by 6.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. So basically, they're like,
Crossover.
oh, we're gonna, huh?
Crossover.
What?
Like, she's got the power of prediction because she's a witch.
Oh, crossover with the craft. Is that what you're saying?
Fair.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, so they do the onside kick. This is when the black guy finally gets to do something.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he's looking for somebody, and I like it. He's like, who's my bitch? And he's looking for the dude who looks the most nervous. And that guy stood out like a sore thumb. He was, because the thing is, when
I would have been
you're
scared as
like, because it is
fuck.
like, you're never surprised that an onside kick is coming, right? As a team, you always know it's gonna happen. But very rarely do you have a Bobby Boucher on the other end, so you're not usually scared you're going to die. That guy was terrified. He was like, there you go.
He's like, oh, God, not me.
And he kicks that ball to this motherfucker. Also, earlier in the game, he does kick a field goal by pretending that one of the guys' head is, that the football is a Klansman. That shit was funny as fuck. And yeah, so they kick this onside kick. Bobby destroys this guy. They get the ball. They run it in. Mud Dogs win.
Yep. Mud Dogs win the game.
Well, no. They get the onside kick. Then that's when he gets late hit, and that's when she does the fucking magic water.
No,
that is it. After recovery, because he's like, I got it, and they blast that motherfucker. That's when he gets the medicine Eskimo water shit. And this is what happens now. Is they do a halfback pass, which never works. It's basically when you toss the ball to your running back, you're like, oh, which is Bobby, and they're like, oh, he's gonna run it, so everyone goes over there,
right?
And he's like, psych, I'm passing it, and he throws the ball to Guy, by the way, who was the quarterback's name. His name was Guy. In case anybody wanted to know that this guy's name was Guy this whole fucking time. Guy.
Which one?
The quarterback.
The one
who was
mean.
like, yeah, the one who was like, who started making fun of him when he came.
Wow.
Yeah, Guy.
Wow.
That's this guy's name. And so, yeah, he throws it to him. They score.
Bayou.
And then they win.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, Bobby Boucher, you just won the Bourbon Bowl. What do you got to say? I love my mama.
He did.
And then they put on screen, he loves mama. That's funny. And then he gets married. Yeah, him and Vicky get married.
And then the dad comes. He's like, Bobby,
you can do it. You can do it all night long. He was like, I'm going to go do it. Whatever that means.
And then the dad comes. Wait. Then the mama she got some tackling fuel.
Well, because he says he says, I've seen you on the ESPN. You know, we could be like that Tiger Woods and his daddy.
Oh yeah, he did say that.
He was just
because he wants him to. He's like,
he was like, no, I'm going
to NFL. He's like, I didn't get accepted.
No, he turned it down. Well, he didn't. Well, you don't really get accepted. You turn that. You declare for the draft, and he was like, no, I'm gonna just go to college. I'm gonna do some other shit. He was like, I really like school. I like learning, so I'm gonna learn something. And he was like, don't be a dummy.
And that's when Mama comes with her tackling fuel, and she has the whole
she tackles him. She's also got really good running form.
Yeah,
that was fucking impeccable. Like hands perfectly placed. Like that was pretty good. And that's the end of the movie.
They drive off on the tractor.
Yes. Yeah. Just me.
That's as hillbilly as it gets.
Yes. No, yeah. For sure. I mean, as far as I know, I don't know how it goes on down there because,
Man, we got hillbillies out here. They're the worst.
Yeah, but I don't think they have anything on the folks down there.
I don't know. I think they're worse because it's like, at least those hillbillies are legit. These hillbillies are like faking the hillbilly funk.
People are from everywhere here.
All hillbillies scare me. They give me Deliverance vibes.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you don't want
to. Those people and people who have big flags on the back of their trucks.
Yeah, I don't trust those motherfuckers either.
Yes. It always makes me, I don't like big flags anywhere. I don't know. And that's not against it. It's just like, it's just so weird. It's so obnoxious that it's like disturbing.
I'm against it because it's stupid. You live here. Like,
yeah. When I see that, I'm like, that's weird.
It's like
you're weird.
Getting the state you're from tattooed on you.
Well,
I don't have like a huge California on my back.
I know, but see, that's that is worse, right? So, because when I was in the Army, this dude went and got a tattoo of Texas across his back. He's from Texas. Dang. That only matters when you're around a bunch of people who aren't from where you're from, right? You get a big tattoo from Texas when everybody there is from somewhere else because you're trying to show everybody where you're from. You go back home, niggas gonna be like, yeah, Texas, that's where we live.
It's so funny because when people look at my tattoo, California, I be like, yeah.
That's why I hate it when California clothing became popular. Like, we all live here. Like, who was that for? Who are you repping that to?
I mean, New Yorker buy New Yorker stuff all the time.
Yeah. And it's weird there too. But they also buy team stuff. Like it's different. It's different because you see like when New Yorkers do it, they wear like Yankee hats or like jerseys and stuff like that.
True.
When you see Californians do it, just wearing a big shirt that says California with the bear on it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You're not repping anything. That's not a team.
Yeah,
you're
you
not
are
doing
kind of
anything.
supposed to take that somewhere else.
Yeah, you gotta. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
It's like being here with Chicago
You
stuff.
can make a lot of cool designs with.
No, it's the same design in a different color. You have the bear. California. Lame asses.
Bears are kind of cool.
Until they eat you.
Yeah.
So, what's next?
Oh, well, are we going to go through this? This was a Mad Mom thing.
Yeah, that's right,
so,
that's right.
So, did it hit the challenge? Let's start with who wants to go first?
I want to go first.
All right, go ahead.
Never go first.
That's because you're never ready.
Take it back.
Nah, I can't. Not with any good consciousness.
So, anyways, I think it did hit the mark because what the fuck? She was really making her boy a mama's boy purposely making him dependent upon her by saying everything else is the devil. I'm the only one you should trust.
It's a one-man cult.
Yeah, so she's definitely a mad mom, but she comes through in the end.
Yeah.
Still,
I feel like most of them did in the ones that we.
No,
we were 2 for 2. We're 2 for 2. We're 2 for 2 on.
Wait, what was the other ones again?
Coraline, she never came through.
No.
But in Monster-in-Law, she comes through.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one we did?
That was the Glass House. It was
No. She's locked up.
Yeah, so 2 for 2.
Oh no, they got away at the end.
No,
but she didn't come through.
No, she didn't come through.
She didn't come through.
Nah.
I think they got away at the end.
They did get. I think they
but
did.
anyways, this definitely hit the marker.
No, she got shot.
Yeah.
She did die.
They killed her. Yeah.
Oh, she disappeared after. Remember?
No, that was another point before that. She had.
Oh, she ended up dead.
She did.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so
I
yeah.
can remember,
What did you do? What you?
Definitely a mad mom. So it hit the marker, and this movie, it's hilarious. It's one of his better movies or better and well known movies. So I give this one a 7.5 because I still like watching the movie. It is awfully ridiculous, even watching it now compared to before.
It's different.
And I still like it.
Okay, so I say definitely because Kathy Bates. I mean, what can you say?
A lot.
She played it hardcore. Like she was that. She loved him. Yeah, she loved him, but she loved him enough to embarrass him and do all kind of other stuff and jack up other people. She did not care. She was like, not my boy, not my Bobby. Yeah. So she definitely met the criteria for Mad Mom. And then I would say I'll give it a 7. I still enjoy it. It's still funny. It's crazy, and some stuff is over the top.
You got to see those episodes of The Office with Kathy Bates in it. You just got it's.
Oh no, I can imagine.
Oh yeah, she was in that
for a stint. Yeah, she was in there. She was pretty.
So
funny.
was Idris Elba for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was man.
So was I. Everybody was in that show.
There's that guy in the background.
I was like, damn, I was on The Office. Completely forgot about my time on The Office.
All right.
So, it definitely hits the mark with the Mad Mom situation. She was fucking crazy, psycho, one-man cult, brainwashing your child mom. And, so
put him on blast, too.
But, yeah, this is one of those ones, like, just like we talked about. Like, Sandler movies are in and of themselves just in a different class.
Yeah.
Because of how you look at them. Like,
how he approaches
because it's crazy. It's crazy, right? Like Billy Madison. Absolutely ridiculous fucking movie.
Yes.
And it's good. But then you have Jack and Jill. Absolutely ridiculous fucking movie. And it's terrible.
Right.
Like there's just so like it's always the little things that make these Sandler movies better than the other ones.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of those ones too where it's like
this could have been a completely ridiculous movie.
You're literally like one change away from making this movie dumb, and that's him not having a mom. I think.
Right.
You take the mom out this movie.
Yeah.
This movie is stupid. It makes no goddamn sense.
Yeah.
Like you're just like, why is he some fucking like? How's he getting around? How is he surviving? Like none of that makes any sense. But that one thing is a huge thing, and I think this movie, like you say, I think it's still good. It is a harder watch, and wording, man, 1998. It feels like it doesn't feel that long ago, but goddamn, it was like a whole nother time.
Yeah, compared to now,
yes,
most
Jesus.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. There's just so many.
Funny
things.
now is different than funny then.
I'm surprised they didn't drop an F-bomb. Like, I 100% sure that it was in there and they cut it out.
Should have been more F-bombs.
Yeah, not those F-bombs.
Oh, that F-bomb.
Yeah, that F-bomb.
I'm surprised.
That's what I said. I'm really surprised because I feel like it could have gone there at any
Especially
given
a
point.
football movie, come on.
And other sports, definitely, especially macho sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I give this I give this a 7 too. It is a harder watch now, but it's still an entertaining movie. It is. I think it holds up to what it is.
Yeah, because because it's hard to say with a lot of his movies, you to say it doesn't hold up because it's like to what?
It's just different.
Yeah,
like, as I say, that's why I say Sandler movies are in a class of their own anyway, so
Yeah.
it works out that way.
You can only categorize and judge them by other Sandler movies.
Yeah, you can't really judge them by anything else. It's like you were like, it's like, oh, I like Click, yeah, but was it as good as like? Wasn't no wedding singer though.
Look, you got comedy, you got horror, and then you got Adam Sandler. Like it's literally one of those kind of.
Yeah, he's got his
Yeah,
own.
it's
He's
good
got his own.
stuff.
He's
Good
got his
stuff.
own genre. I go
All
with
right.
that.
So last up for the shit we missed. Finally,
Which one is it?
we get to do Suicide Squad.
Right.
Nothing better happened, you mother
one or
lovers.
the second one?
The second
The
one.
second one. We're not doing the first
Okay,
one.
yeah.
We're doing the Suicide Squad, not Suicide Squad. They're very different movies.
Oh.
I'm not sure which one is which now that I'm saying it.
Yeah, 'cause
but
I'm like,
Yeah.
but one of them is one and one of them is the other. There's the Suicide Squad and then there's just Suicide Squad. I don't know which one is which, but we'll
Now I
figure.
gotta
I think the second one is the Suicide Squad.
Let me look
But I'm not
it
sure.
up.
I'm not.
I'm like really like.
I think it
you
is though.
got my head spinning.
I
right
think it
now.
is. I think it
The
is.
Suicide Squad is the second one.
Yeah, see there it
Ah.
is. The so we were watching or as I like to call it, the Suicide Squad. This movie, I can't wait.
a
Can't wait. I'm gonna watch it again.
But it had a subtitle. What was it?
There is no subtitles, just the Suicide Squad.
No, it's weird. Then what's the other
I
one?
put
Because
it-
I looked
The
up
first
second
one
one-
is just that's what I'm saying. The first one is Suicide
I
Squad.
looked up Suicide Squad and it
The
didn't
second
come up.
one, just look it up.
I looked.
They're both there.
Oh, you're right.
One of them is Suicide Squad.
Yeah,
The
why
other
would you
is
do that?
the Suicide
That's
Squad.
so confusing.
Wow. I thought they had a
No, they were just doing their own thing.
Suicide Squad and the Suicide.
Yep.
Get out of here.
Interesting.
Told you.
I did not recognize
Yep.
that.
That's
Okay.
because even though it had characters from the first one, they didn't want it to be a sequel, but they also didn't want it to be a remake.
Right.
So they're just like, this is the Suicide Squad. Next one will be something else.
Okay.
Wow.
And it'll be fine. And
First
I think
time
it will be.
realizing that.
All
Yep.
right.
So we can do this movie. Yeah. Can't wait.
Do it. I liked
Yeah.
it. I liked it. Well,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll talk about it.
was
We'll talk about
right.
when we
It
get
was
there.
Okay.
You don't get
I
to
don't
talk.
you
know.
got to
I
talk
remember
about
it.
something else. So you know what you need to do
What?
real soon.
What?
Yeah. Well,
You need to go see Black Panther.
Don't tell me what I need to go do.
sorry.
Yeah,
Wakanda
we got to be
forever.
all quiet and
I know.
I'll
I
go.
wanna talk-
I'll go see it this weekend
Look,
by
I got
myself.
stuff I want to talk about, and I want to say it, and then
Yeah.
I see you, and I'm like, get out of here.
Go talk. We were in the garage chilling, and you the only one who came out there talking about. I want to talk about the movie, and nobody else did. It's just you. You
what?
can't come to somebody else's
Because I had
space.
a question about something I felt like I wasn't getting, and I wanted to talk
Well,
about it.
could be anything,
Shut up.
any which way. Yeah, we're out of here. Take us out, Jonna. See,
Wow.
see, not so easy, is it? Mom, take us out.
I got nothing.
Yeah,
Okay?
Oh, wait,
exactly.
hold on. Dang it.
Yeah,
Thought I had it.
exactly.
Yeah.
So on
about
that note, hey, I go.
Dang it, it is
Yeah,
good.
it's a lot better than what you got.